There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on.
Hey, we're going to be doing about 5 more episodes a week now, so just tell the team and make sure that happens.
3 hours of this, 2 more hours of...
It's like, lady, wasn't your husband just publicly executed only a couple of weeks ago? I've never had this much joy on my best day.
When a hero stumbles, well, the cowards rejoice. Nothing feels better to a coward than to watch a brave guy fall.
Dave Chappelle has finally broken his silence on the Charlie Kirk case, and the internet is in flames. People are accusing him of being insensitive toward Charlie's widow, Erika. But honestly, Dave just said what everyone's been thinking. Why is Erika acting this way? Any real spouse would be demanding answers, not settling for a story that makes zero sense. She claims there's nothing to hide about her husband's death, but then why isn't she fighting for justice like Candace Owens is? If there's truly nothing to hide, what about the surveillance footage that vanished right after Charlie was shot? Why wasn't an autopsy done? Where's the official death certificate, the ballistics report, or even one verified eyewitness? And get this, insiders say the FBI allegedly made people delete footage from their phones. Then there's Kash Patel reportedly blocking Tulsi Gabbard and Joe Kent from seeing FBI files about possible foreign involvement. And why was there no proper church funeral for a man who lived by his faith? Instead, we got a flashy memorial that looked more like a WWE show, with Erika walking out to fireworks, grinning like nothing happened. These are just a few of the countless unanswered questions. Yet Erika insists there's nothing to hide. Well, according to Dave Chappelle, that silence is the biggest red flag, and the fact that she's not demanding full transparency speaks louder than any words ever could.
Would Charlie have forgiven his killer?
He's not.
Dave Chappelle is all over the headlines right now after speaking out about the Charlie Kirk case. His comments are stirring up major controversy, especially since they came right after Erika Kirk publicly claimed there's nothing to hide about her husband's death and that she fully trusts the FBI's official version of events.
Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is. This is something that could impact a generation and generations to come.
After Erika's viral statement claiming there's nothing to hide about her husband's death and that she fully trusts the FBI, Dave Chappelle finally decided to speak up, and his remarks have blown up online. During a recent set, Dave said, "Right now in America, they say that if you talk about Charlie Kirk, you'll get canceled." That's it. That's the entire quote. But the internet twisted it into something it wasn't, accusing him of disrespecting Charlie or even celebrating his death. In reality, Dave was highlighting what many people have been noticing, that questioning the official narrative about Charlie's death has basically become taboo. Since September 10th, the entire situation has felt off, and anyone who dares to ask questions gets mocked, censored, or labeled crazy. Now, Dave's being called a conspiracy theorist, Candace Owens is being accused of having postpartum psychosis, and the FBI director himself is openly mocking those demanding transparency. But perhaps the most unsettling part of all this is Erika Kirk's reaction. Despite being Charlie's widow and the mother of his children, she's shown little to no interest in uncovering what really happened that day. Is it because she genuinely believes the FBI story, or is it because a deeper investigation might expose her alleged involvement in the cover-up? Because here's where things get wild. New receipts are surfacing and they're raising serious questions. Judge Tony Graff, who's overseeing the trial of accused shooter Tyler Robinson, has just issued a sweeping gag order that effectively silences thousands of potential witnesses from Utah Valley University, people who were actually there when Charlie was killed. The judge claims it's to avoid pretrial publicity, but it conveniently shuts down any public discussion before the truth can come out. So now we've got a suspicious murder, a sealed-off investigation, and a widow who's perfectly fine with all of it. If there's truly nothing to hide, why has Erika never once expressed anger toward the event's security, police, or even the FBI? Her only public reaction has been, "Yeah, that sucks, but we're blessed to have more work than ever." And that, more than anything, is what has everyone questioning what's really going on.
I gave assurance to people that Turning Point USA is continuing, and it is. I mean, we are so blessed to have more work than we even could ever dream of. I mean, it's beautiful, and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead. I was there from the beginning of all of it.
But you want to hear something even more insane? Erika is now using the same security team that was protecting Charlie the day he was shot. Let that sink in. The very same bodyguard who was supposed to keep Charlie alive on September 10th is now guarding Erika.
If you were the wife of somebody who literally was publicly executed, and there was a detail that was charged with providing security from them, and they didn't clear a roof, the only roof that would have technically been in the clear line of sight of Charlie, and they literally put him into a kill box, and they allowed him to get executed, and then they completely failed at their job. Why, in what world, what reality would you ever be contracting those exact same security guards to protect you?
But you want to hear something even wilder? Erika is now being protected by the exact same security team that was supposed to keep Charlie safe the day he was shot. Let that sink in for a second. The very bodyguard who failed to protect Charlie on September 10th is now guarding his widow. It's almost like she's surrounding herself with the same people who were there when everything went down. And somehow no one seems to find that suspicious.
Then there arrived a moment when Charlie felt that the money was disappearing. He felt that, again, according to sources, that the company was burning through cash too quickly. And Charlie set about finding out why and how this was happening.
But it goes even deeper than that. Just before his death, Charlie made one final game-changing move as CEO of TPUSA, and it might explain why things have gotten so strange. According to Candace Owens, just days before he was killed, Charlie sent out an internal memo ordering a full audit of TPUSA. In other words, he wanted every transaction examined, every dollar accounted for, and no more secrets hiding in the books. That move alone could have rattled a lot of powerful people. And now, in hindsight, it feels less like a coincidence and more like a warning that Charlie may have uncovered something he wasn't supposed to.
So on September 2nd, which is, of course, just 1 week before he lost his life, Charlie surprised the company by announcing that he was putting together a Doge department. Yes, a department of government efficiency like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy had set out to do. Trump won. They got behind him, right? They said, hey, there's a lot of pork. We don't know where this money is going. People are just accepting checks. Again, this is the whole purpose of the Department of Doge. You put us in there, and we're going to figure out how all of these bureaucrats are just wasting tax dollars. Really kind of a nice way of saying we're going to conduct an audit of the government, right? That's the only way to look at what Doge was. It's an audit, and then you cut the fat, and you see where the money's actually going.
That memo, dated September 2nd, was essentially Charlie's way of saying it was time to clean house. He wanted full transparency on there, no more shady accounting, no more unexplained expenses. In that internal message, he directly questioned who was getting paid, where the money was going, and why several financial accounts weren't lining up. It wasn't just a casual audit. It was Charlie taking control and demanding accountability from everyone around him. And now, looking back, that memo might have been the...
I was going to say, Ben, come on. You Jews own the media, Ben. Maybe we should also ask a question. Is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question. That maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says. I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years.
Ever since Charlie's death, a few insiders from TPUSA have quietly reached out to Candace Owens, and what they're revealing paints a very unsettling picture. According to them, there were massive red flags in TPUSA's finances, money being shuffled around where it shouldn't have been, expenses that made no sense, and transactions that just didn't add up. Allegedly, the internal audit Charlie ordered was about to expose the disappearance of tens of millions of dollars. But here's the thing. This story isn't just about missing money. It's about power. Because that cash flowing into TPUSA from billionaire donors, it wasn't pure generosity. Those donations came with strings attached, influence, control, and leverage. And from what's surfacing now, it seems Charlie may have started to cut those strings loose, and that might have been the moment everything changed.